everyone, and welcome to my studio. My name's Michelle, and today I have designed a adorable painting, absolutely adorable. I just love the simplicity of it, and it fills the canvas. It's cute as heck, and it is super easy to paint, and it's going to be a great way to celebrate the summer. So this little summer gnome, I think I'm going to call it Sweet Summer Gnome. I think that's my title so far. So when you have, this is called backlight basics. So when you have a backlit subject, so what happens is the sun comes through and lights up the edges of that subject. So this is what we want to have to the gnomes. We can still have the gnome well lit in the middle, but we can add this like bright glow to the outside of his beard. You can see here too. You see this white around the outside edge because the sun is kind of coming a little bit from behind. So we're going to have grasses down below. And if you see this, when you see how there's dark green here, and then the sun catches this light green there, you get the dark greens, and like look at that bright green edge. So that's going to make it look like it's lit from behind. Okay, so now in the painting, this is where I add the lights and the darks to the grasses, because just like in those photos I showed you, you're going to have some backlighting. And we add all the darks first, and then I take a yellow-green mixture and I start layering it along the top edge and into the grasses a little bit, but primarily we're going to keep the edge or the top of the hill the brightest. And now we're going to come in with our darker green and add our stripes to the watermelon, and just mixing a little of the green oxide with a tiny bit of blue gives a nice dark green. And make these kind of messy because it's a watermelon and it looks super cool. And I'm following the contour of the watermelon so that it gives it that three-dimensional shape. All right, so now we're going to add little details to the little shoes, and I'm just going to do a base coat, shadow, and highlights. And we're going to layer over this near the end of the painting, but right now we first just lay in the base coat, some shadows, and some very bold highlights. The bold highlights will make it pink, but just leave them really heavy. So with my round brush, I'm going to just take straight white, and I'm going to just paint in the little white edge here. While I have the white on my brush, I'm going to go ahead and paint his white beard. So we're going to just start in the middle, and I want you to pull up towards his beard here, up towards his hat rather, and then down towards the watermelon. So then you get the most white in the middle. Nice and bright white on the edges, and then pulling up gently, tapering it off as you get towards the hat. Now we're just going to go underneath here, just painting with very little paint on your brush. You're going to come in here and you're going to fill in just the middle area. And I love adding little wisps that kind of come from the beard, getting really flicky near the bottom here, so it looks really cute and wispy. And let's just fill in the flowers with a nice white base coat, going all the way around, getting the entire flower filled in. Adding a little shadow. We're going to add some shadows to our little mini roses up here, and some highlights, and highlight his boots, and get a little heavy yellow center to the middle of our daisies. So I'm going to add a nice little bright layer here. So it looks like my sun is really glowing. This is one of my favorite parts of a painting like this, is adding the edges. So let me show you really quickly on the Blue Moon Halloween. So what we did, and this is a glow from the moon behind it, but like I showed you in the beginning of the lesson, you can also have that same effect from sunshine. So when anything is backlit, you sometimes have this little rim of light. So we're just kind of playing up on that idea, but it also helps to give our painting a nice finish. So I'm going to use either light blue or white, very light blue or white, and then just add a little, you can add a little outline to your hat. You can add a little tiny white edge to his nose. Just give it a little extra little edge. And I love the little highlight. So the highlights are the parts of the painting that really make it all come together. Oh, I want to add a little tiny white dot to my seeds so that they look like they're wet. It's going to make it look more juicy. Okay, so I'm going to add some little shiny spots to my watermelon. Like it's juicy, and then little tiny, just add a couple little dashes, little dots to your pumpkin seed. And I'm going to just go right along the edge here, give this a little glow. And I think I'm going to give this a little shine on the watermelon. And then we're going to just paint the red stripes nice and fat. Now, if you can just rest your hand, just try and make a smooth line. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this painting. I think it looks so sweet and summery, and I cannot wait to see how everybody paints these in our membership as well as online. All right, thanks everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Bye, guys.